Today I've decided it's the day of no more excuses because, simply put, I need to be running faster than I have been since I have been in Mexico City. And I know the elevation is playing a part of it, but it's no longer going to keep me back as an excuse. I've been running most of my runs. I think I've been around 8-minute per mile pace, but today is a tempo run, and I'm really going to get after it and try to push as hard as possible and hopefully get down to around like 7 minutes or 7:10. Just going to try to absolutely give it my all because the simple amount of the fact is I need to be running faster and working up my leg strength if I want this 7-minute half marathon to be a reality. So today, 5 miles at 7,200 elevation, shooting for a 7:10 pace. Also, another thing that I've been trying to work on is I've definitely not been getting enough like fruits and vegetables since I've been down here. It's so easy to just stop at like a restaurant or a quick space. You get some tacos, maybe you get chilaquiles, enchiladas, and there's not really all that many, fruits and vegetables in it. So picked up an apple. I'm telling you, all their produce down here, super delicious. Just about back to my Airbnb. Just gotta go change, get my shoes, then we'll walk over to Chapultepec Park. I've been doing most of my runs in the morning actually, so it's around like 11:40 right now. So this is much later than I normally do it. Usually do it around like 7:30 or 8. But thought I'd mix up things a little bit today. Had some work to do in the morning. But basically after we get this run in, it'll be a perfect opportunity for me to fill up on some tacos. So I'm not too upset about the timing. Alright, so just lacing up the shoes, and one thing that's been kind of annoying is in the park they have cobblestones all over. So for these like kind of minimalist shoes with not much padding, it's been like a little bit hard on the feet, but safe to say the calluses are coming in. Basically just going to strap up, get ready, trying to keep that positive mindset. I know this run is going to suck because I really got to push myself. Alright, we're good to go. I'm going to switch over to my iPhone because I'm not going to bring this camera into the park. Because if I film in there, then I have to bring it back, then I actually have to do the run, and I can't run with this camera, but I can run with this in my pocket. Alright, we're in that gorgeous Chapultepec Park. Love coming to this place. Just makes you completely forget that you're in this massive city. I'm gonna get a quick warm up in. I think there's a nice grass spot over here where I'll warm up. All right, I'm at my little starting spot. Nothing left to do now except just get the run. And I'll try to give you guys a little look halfway in of how I'm feeling. But let's get after it. I'm excited, ready to just absolutely go all out. Let's get it. Failed. Didn't even make it close. Oh, that honestly sucked. Like seriously, not even remotely close to what I was hoping to. First mile, I think, was like 7:35, and then obviously that was disappointing. Then the second mile, I felt like I was running faster. 7:35 again. All right, so that was a clip I took of me right after my run. After I looked at my watch and it just showed me what the times were. I actually just popped open the run on my phone where you can see like detailed stats and like you can see the actual ring, and something was definitely wrong and it wasn't tracking right. So I'm gonna go back to the Airbnb and we'll see if we can figure this out. All right, so let's see if we can sort through this, because like I said, I just opened my app and like the whole thing it's all messed up. I don't know. Well, actually, I think I do know what happened now. But all right, so we can see, like, if you just see, I'll have this up on the screen for you guys to look at too. I'm recording it. But basically, like, you can see at the start of the run, like, that is around where I started, but then it keeps, like, jumping out, like, onto the road where I didn't even run there at all. Like, that's like out on the main road, like on the sidewalk or something. Like, that's like not even really remotely close to where I was running. And you can see it just jumps. It jumped a ton around, and then like it kind of kept happening, like up here, like it randomly jumped sideways. I don't know what kind of happened there. It's smoothed out for a little bit, but you can see it keeps jumping around. Like it shouldn't be doing that. It shouldn't be doing that. And I think the reason why I did that jump is because I had my phone and my watch, which normally I don't have. Normally I just have my watch. And I don't know, like, since they were connected, like one was trying to take over like the location or something, and it kept doing these weird jumps. I'm really not sure. And now that I think about it, it makes a lot of sense, because normally, like when I was doing that run, like the first mile in was like, it was like 100 or so meters, because they have these little meter markers in the park. It was like 100 or so meters after when I normally hit my mile, and I didn't really think too much of it, but then I was like, man, that's kind of weird that like I'm ending my miles like later and later on the road, because normally like one full loop around there is just around 2 miles, maybe a little bit more, and I was doing like one loop and then like a little bit more, and I was like, man, this is kind of weird. Like I said, I felt good. I thought I was gonna be like somewhere in the 720s. It is what it is. Like we'll just get the run the next time, and like I'll show you guys my run from last Sunday. Like it's just one continuous circle, like clean around every single time. Like there's no weird jumps or anything. Like it's like all the miles are like they're ending like relatively close to each other, which wasn't like the case with this run. So I really don't know what my run today actually ended up being, which is kind of frustrating. But I know that I pushed myself really, really hard. Like I was definitely moving a lot faster, and I felt pretty good. I did. Like right after the run, I filmed this like clip where I was like, man, I just gotta work harder, and I do need to work harder. But I think regardless of whatever happened in today's run, I pushed myself, which is important, and I'm gonna continue pushing myself like that, because you know I do have some time left for this half marathon, but you know, I definitely do need to be pushing it if I want to reach this goal of 7 minutes for the half marathon. But now it's time to get some food. I've not like eaten anything. I've had half a banana and that apple you guys saw me at the beginning of the video. But that's purposeful. I don't like to run on like a full stomach. Like I don't really like to eat before I run. Normally I intermittent fast, so you know when I do my runs in the morning, I haven't eaten anything. But today I think we're either gonna get some tacos or maybe some pozole. But overall, yeah, I mean, the run itself felt good. Obviously, it's weird when you bring in like the technical difficulties, because then it's like, well, was it as good as I thought? But if I'm just going pure based on feeling, like I know that I pushed myself really, really hard. My legs were pumping. But yeah, I'll have to remember that to not bring my phone with my Apple Watch, because clearly that messed up something. But let's go get some pozole. I'm hungry, and let's wrap up this video.